If you ever blew your account, it sounded like this. That's the sound of your account being blown to smithereens. You feel me? You ain't listening. You tired of losing bread? Hey, this is the place to be. I'm gonna get you right. This is how you manage your trading emotions. But before we do that, you know I gotta give you a scripture of the day. Matthew 7:7. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. For whoever asks shall receive, whoever seeks shall find. Ask of the Lord what it is you will. Seek his face, and boom. You feel me? Now, if it aligns with his will, you're going to get what you get. If it don't, he probably protecting you from something. You feel me? So don't get salty when you don't get what you feel like you should get. You dig? All right. So boom. How do you manage your emotions in these markets, and how do you stop blowing your account? Psychology is probably 80 to 90% of this whole trading game, right? I tell people that's usually the hardest part to overcome. What is it? Number one, you're gonna have to stop comparing yourself to other traders. I literally had to do this myself. A couple years ago, I had to stop following a lot of traders on Instagram because of the crazy days they was doing, and I was trying to compare my life to what they had going on, and that wasn't even my goals. You know what I'm saying? But it was like they doing all these crazy numbers and all that, and a lot of that stuff is real, a lot of it's fabricated. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what I know now, but you gotta stop comparing yourself to other traders. Do what works best for you. Again, as I said it a million times, trade for your own lifestyle. What is your, first of all, you need to write down what your lifestyle looks like. All right, if you're gonna manage your emotions, write out what your lifestyle looks like for real. Like, okay, I like taking vacations. Where do you like to go? Do you like going overseas? Do you want to fly first class? You don't mind flying economy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does your trips look like? Where do you want to go? Map all that out. And that's going to be your goal in these markets, because one thing I've learned is if you have a goal, a good goal, not know, oh, I just want to make $100 a day. For what though? You know what I'm saying? If you have something tangible or something that you can look at every day. So for me, I'll give you examples. As y'all know, we like to travel. We like to go overseas. We like to do, what we do, get expensive spots. So my lifestyle budget needs to be a little higher. You know what I'm saying? Based on what I want to do. So I'm going for the gusto. But how do I get there? I can get there by doing $300 to $500 a day, right? That's a good salary for me. You know what I'm saying? And to plan the trips out, I leverage credit and we get that thing done. And the reason why I'm telling you this, and the reason why this has everything to do with, the mental and not blowing your account, is because if you have a goal in mind, so let's say you want to go on a cruise, and you know it's going to cost X amount of dollars, you cannot blow that account or you're never going on that cruise. This is how I treat what I do, because if I blow the account, I got to refund it, which that's no fun. You got to keep taking more money from places that you ain't even really got it to put in the market to blow it again. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. So get you a goal in mind. I'm going to have this account for this. Make it obtainable. If you brand new and you don't make your goals something crazy. I'm trying to make $10,000. Like, if that's like baby steps, right? I always tell people the best way to do it is to find out what you make at your job, $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $20 an hour, and work on making that first, right? Because if you can get to the point where you can cover your job income, you're good to go. Okay, so that's number one. You need to establish some sort of plan of action. All right, you need a plan, of course. Number two, you need to use proper risk management. I know you got goals and dreams. I get it. I get you've been trading for a long time, and it feels like a long time to you. If you ain't been losing for 7 years, I don't want to hear your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I was losing for 7 years. My boy Los was losing for even longer than that before we got it. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's all I'll tell you. That's what's up. I'm encouraging you, but that's what's up. Somebody said, man, I've been in for a year. I've been losing. Yeah, I've been losing for 7. You feel me? So catch up like mustard. You did. But again, you got to get to the point where you put the time in, and you got to have the proper risk management. If your account is $100, right, and you don't got like no crazy extra streams of income that if something happens, you can't just keep funding it like that, take your time, right? Your compound plan might not need to be 30 days. It might need to be 90 days, 3 months. You got to be patient, and you can't go riskier than what you can afford to lose. So if you really need that money for something, then you can't go as risky. You see what I'm saying? The reason why I'm able to go as risky, the reason why my wife is able to go risky, is because I have multiple streams of income. And if something happens with my trading account, we're good. We still can live and do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, I need this trading account first. So if that's you, if you need it right now, don't go as risky. $2, $3 trades, $5 trades, they will add up over time. You cannot go crazy in these markets if you just need the bread. All right. My next thing, you want to make sure you keep some sort of trading journal. Now, again, this could be mental, which I recommend it being on like paper or documented through video, screen records and all that kind of stuff, where you just screen record all your trades and you can go back and look at them. The reason why trading journal is important is because you will be able to identify why you lost. So one thing you should do is after you lose a trade, identify why you lost. Was your emotions all over the place? Were you not sure, but you took it anyway? You know, things like that is gonna help you to say, okay, next time I'm not gonna do this, right? And then you gotta have the discipline to not do it. Now, if you're asking how do you get the discipline and the self-control, I'm going to tell you one of the best ways, if not the best way to do it, is to go on fast, right? Go on a food fast, right? If you never fasted before, trust me, you need to do it. Fast at least 3 days with just drinking water and tell me how you feel after that. You know what I'm saying? Just water, no fruit, no food, no nothing. All water. And during that time, pray, because he hears you. You know what I'm saying? God hears you when you fast. You're on an empty stomach and you need him because you hungry, he gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? He gonna listen. So cry out to him, talk to him in that time. And that's how you start to get that mindset shift of, hey, Lord, I've been blowing these accounts. I'm tired of losing this bread. This is your money. I need to steward it right. I want to do right with it. Help me to control my emotions in these markets. Because if not, you're going to keep blowing money that he's blessing you with to be a blessing to somebody else. But you're never going to get there because you keep squandering the money away. You know what I'm saying? So food fast, go on a food fast. It helps. I do them all the time. Me and my wife, we live a faster lifestyle. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all ever wonder like how you get control your emotions, again, food fast helps, and have an accountability partner, right? I got an accountability partner, which is y'all. The reason why now I'm not doing nothing just super crazy on my account is because I live trade with everybody. So pretty much during the week, I got to make sure my account is safe so I don't have to be redepositing all the time and doing all that craziness. Nobody wants to do that. So I got to trade conservative. I got to make sure the setups is top tier. And then that way, you know, I'm not blowing my account. You know what I'm saying? So if you got to have a friend or a cousin that you trade with or whoever, find somebody that's gonna hold you accountable, or start live trading yourself with other people in your family or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That way it's like, hey, they can keep you accountable, you keep them accountable. Things like that will work. So another thing, again, is like embracing your losses or having an amount you're willing to lose. Of course, that's part of risk management, but embrace the loss, right? Understand that, okay, I lost, it's okay, right? That happened. A lot of the times what you're gonna realize, again, as I said before, sometimes the market is trash for today. Sometimes it's not even you. Sometimes you may have to switch up what you're doing. Some of y'all, if you've been trading OTC successfully, don't come over here to the regular trading side if it's messing you up. Don't come over here, you know what I'm saying? Or if the regular side is working, don't go over there and mess with that. Like if that's messing you up, then don't do it, because what I learned about new traders is that they so anxious to get in that they miss the opportunities to be able to not take certain trade, if that makes sense. Like they miss the opportunity to be observant in the markets versus just getting in just because it's fun or because they want to hear it make some money. Back testing is key. The time that I feel like trading, I ain't gonna trade. I'm just gonna go back test. I'm gonna look at the market. I'm gonna analyze the candles. I'm gonna analyze the indicators and say, okay, every time this hit this area or this did this happened, this outcome happened. So I'm gonna look at that, and that's how I come up with strategies, and I come up with software. That's how I come up with different things, because I'm analyzing the market without actually being in it. Some of y'all in the market way too long, and that's why you keep blowing your account. You doing way too much. Make it $10, $15, get off. You know what I'm saying? Every day, take your L and get off. Stop revenge trading. Stop revenge trading. You know what I'm saying? You will be okay. Sometimes you need to take a break. Some of y'all need to take a good old break, a month of 2 months, 3 months, and just don't even look at the market. Go about your life, come back to it. You need those. they're much needed, trust me. Find you a right, trading environment. If you in a hostile environment and you can't focus, try to find a library or something like that, like around your city, anywhere. Something that's cool, calm, and collective that ain't got too much rah-rah going on. Like if you got too much of that going on where you at, you need to move around. That may be easy for some people, that may not be as easy for others, but just find your little safe space where you can kind of zone out and just focus on the charts. I will always say, always be learning as well. Always be learning. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Continue to master you, master self. If you master self, it's a wrap. The strategies, preschool, that's baby stuff. We can learn strategies all day. That's easy, man. That's textbook. Overbought, oversold, cool. Zones, easy work, all that's easy. This part is the part that's getting you. You know what I'm saying? So if it's comparison, if it's trying to do too much, if it's trading off emotion, meaning you just excited today, you hyped up for whatever reason that is, and you want to get in the market, and now you start going big, you lose one trade, you go even bigger, and you just like, whatever, I'm about to or just having a careless mindset. Some people do it. Like I've done it a bunch. Like I'll play some trades, I'll lose them, I'll be mad, and I'll just bet the biggest trades ever, count gone. And I kept doing that for a long time. I said, you know what, this is God's money, I'm not stewarding it right, and He's not gonna keep blessing me with this bread. And stuff did slow down, keep it 100, because we was being so foolish with some of the bread that we had. So you gotta make sure that you steward this money right. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, He gonna flame you up. Because that money could be used for, helping the community. It could be used for helping people in need, the homeless, whoever. And if you just blow and throwing it in the trash, you might as well be one of the homeless. You know what I'm saying? So steward well what you got. You know what I'm saying? Manage your emotions because it's important. The more you do it, the better you will get at it. It's not easy. I still struggle with it from time to time, but I do pray a lot, fast a lot as much as I can, and just try to get them emotions under control. That's the best way I found out how to do it. What you also do before the trading is important as well. This should be like number one, honestly. But just putting God first in the mornings, you know what I'm saying? Praying over those things. I just say save the best for last. All right. Praying over your session for the day. I pray for my session every day. Lord, please let me have a great trading day with my people and, with myself. You know what I'm saying? Let me manage my emotions. Let me just know when to get out, when to stop. Just have that urge to just get out and just be done. And sometimes I even withdraw earlier when I'm supposed to because I just have the nudge to just withdraw. It might be the Holy Spirit talking to you, boys. So I'd be like, let me just go ahead and get out. Because I had times before where I only needed like $3. And I went for the 3, ended up losing 700, then try to get that back, ended up losing 1,000, and it just get ugly from there. So it's always them little amounts. So just still be listening to the voices, because you hear them in your head. When you say stuff like, I should probably stop for the day. Probably stop for the day. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your own inner self, because you're gonna come across it eventually. Like you might be on a hot streak, and you should know what goes up must come down eventually. So the hot streak ain't gonna last forever. So you got to get up out that market. But these are things that has helped me and has helped many others master self. Again, don't compare yourself, control your emotions in these markets, start living a fasted lifestyle. Because if you can fast from something that you need to live, you can definitely fast from hopping on these charts. This is not a video game. This is real life. This is real money. And I've seen so many people blowing hundreds of thousands of dollars in this that they could have just used for something else. You know what I'm saying? So don't blow it away to the point where you just want to quit, you want to give up, you're done, because this is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? If you understand the stuff that's coming to this earth, you need this trading thing to work out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting ugly. Pandemics is coming back. All kind of stuff is happening. So you need to, before the world start getting locked down again, you need to have your ducks in a row. You feel me? So don't squander the blessing. You did, learn the lesson. All right, it's your boy J Cash. I love y'all. I'm going to see you on another video. Peace.